Hello everybody, today I will show you 10 of the most unusual ways to cook crawfish. Buy only live crawfish, this is an absolute guarantee of their freshness. These river dwellers can be in all kinds of mud and algae, so they just need to be washed. Let's go to the sink and rinse them under running water. Drain the dirty water and do it until it becomes transparent. Let's take some crawfish for the first recipe. That's enough of such a full bowl. Prepare them by pulling out the esophagus by the central part of the tail. And so they don't suffer, we quickly pierce the brain with a knife. This should be repeated with all of the crawfish. So the bowl with crawfish is prepared, and we move on to the first method, crawfish in Sichuan sauce. In China, they are cooked in a popcorn cannon like this. We remove it from the stand and place it vertically on the table. We open it up and dump the crawfish inside. Next, we add some soy sauce, sesame oil, oyster sauce, chili paste for spice, as well as fresh pieces of chili pepper. Now you can close the device and tighten it with the lever. Now we put it back on the stand and light the burner. We begin to turn the device for uniform heating from all sides. It will take literally 10 minutes. Everything is ready, and you can turn off the gas. Here we won't open up the device immediately, as in the case of popcorn, but pre-cool it so that the pressure drops. After half an hour, you can open it up carefully. And pour the finished crawfish into a bowl. Sprinkle with green onions. And now our Sichuan crawfish. They look unusual, they're completely covered with a spicy glaze. Let's try them out. We break off the tail, and we take the meat out of it. And now it's ready to eat. Delicious, sweet crawfish meat with a good edge. I'm betting 10 out of 10. Let's try the claws. You can easily suck the meat out of these. And due to the fact that here we touch the chitin with our tongue, they are much spicier. Let's move on to the second cooking method, and these are crawfish in a salt cocoon. Pour the salt package into an iron container and spread it out along the bottom. Now we pour out our crawfish into it. There are 2 more packs of salt on top of this. We take a good look at everything and go outside. We will bake all of this in our tandoor, but first it needs to be warmed up. Let's chop some firewood. We dump them into the tandoor and ignite them with a burner through a blowhole from below. When the fire is well lit, you can close the lid so that it also warms up. and wait for about an hour until all of the firewood burns out. Everything's ready. The walls of the tandoor have turned white, which means that it is already very hot. We put the crawfish to the bottom in the salt and close the tandoor. After 10 minutes, the crawfish are ready and you can take them out. Let's see what we got. We take them out of the salt. Shake off all of the stuck crystals. And they already feel like they've lost half of their weight. We put them on the plate. And that's it, our crawfish and self-cocoon are ready. Let's take a look inside. The chicken has become more fragile and is very easy to clean such crawfish, and the meat itself has become more friable. It is very rich and salty, more like a beer snack. I'm gonna give it 6 out of 10. The claw test. But here you can't eat the claws anymore because the chicken's too fragile and it breaks in the mouth and the meat is way too dry. This is a big disadvantage. The third way is boiled crawfish like in Thailand. First, pour a bottle of coconut milk into a saucepan. A bunch of fresh cilantro, fresh ginger, chili peppers, 4 cloves of garlic, and lime wedges. First, let's squeeze the juice out of these. Be sure to have a lot of salt and tom yum paste for more saturation. Now you just need to mix this all up. And put it all on the stove. When it boils, we put the crawfish into boil. We have medium-sized ones here, and it'll take about 10 minutes to cook them, after which they'll be ready. An important point here is that the crawfish should completely cool down in the broth so that the meat is fed as much as possible. Therefore, we'll heat them with a plate. After cooling down, they're ready to eat. They look really beautiful. Let's test them. So far, these crawfish are the juiciest. Taste test. Yeah, this is super delicious. Actually, there's a tom yum flavor in the meat. 10 out of 10. Now for the claws. These are super juicy and delicious claws. The fourth way is grilled crawfish. We put them in a bigger bowl. Pour some barbecue sauce on top of it. For the marinade, you're gonna need a lot of garlic, and it needs to be crushed. And we send them into the crawfish. Add the lemon juice and mix well. That's it. Now we let it marinate for 3 hours, after which you can take them to the grill. We're gonna grill these on a gas burner. We light the burners and dump out the crawfish. We will spread them out evenly. Fry for a few minutes on one side. After that, turn them over. Now we're gonna cook them on their back for a little longer, 3 minutes. After that, they'll be ready, and you can remove them from the grill. So the fried crawfish are ready. Let's evaluate them. They come apart pretty simply. I peeled 5 crawfish at once to better appreciate the taste. Okay, at first this is delicious because the marinade is felt, but then the smell of burnt chitin appears and spoils everything. 3 out of 10. And the claws just burn with this method. I don't recommend grilling crawfish. The 5th way is crawfish and tomato sauce. Sprinkle the pan with oil and pour in some chopped onion. Now some celery and some hunting sausages. That's it, put them on the stove. We need to fry this up really well. Next, add the crawfish. Now we fill it all with some grated tomatoes, smoked paprika, and dried chili pepper. Add some salt, and mix it all up. Stew these crawfish in tomato sauce for 10 minutes. And now they're ready. You can take them off the stove. I am sure that you guys have never seen such a way of cooking crawfish before, so let's try it. Awesome. The tomato sauce with the smoky flavor is perfect for the crawfish meat. I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10. Let's get our claws now. Everything's perfect. The meat is easily sucked out. Let's move on to the 6th method, smoking it. The crawfish need to be salted, therefore we pour a lot of salt into a glass of water and dissolve it. You can fill the crawfish now with a salty solution. And now you're gonna heat it up. That's it, now you can take it over to the smoker. Now we're gonna pour some coal into a compartment. We lay out some pills for ignition and set them on fire. While all this is heating up, we'll put the crawfish in the next compartment. Now we'll sprinkle the coals with the splinters of fruit trees so that the delicious smoke appears. That's it, close up the doors. And open up the smoker flap. The crawfish will be smoked for an hour so that the aroma of smoke passes inside under the shell. The smoking temperature is 70 degrees. All right, now the time is up. You can take the crawfish out of the smoker. They turn out to be a very interesting color, and the smell resembles smoked fish. Let's try them out. The chitin is brittle, and the meat is looser. To be honest, such a thing, the taste of smoke does not really suit crawfish as well. The score is 1 out of 10. The claw test. Okay, here it's a complete mess. The chitin tastes bitter and crumbles, which makes it impossible to suck out the meat. So far, this is the worst method of today. Let's move on to the 7th method, baking. Pour the crawfish into a baking tray. Now we'll add some garlic cloves, white wine, olive oil, Salt, obviously. And lots of greens. Cover it up with foil. And pop it in the oven for 20 minutes. That's it, the crawfish are almost ready. We remove the foil and the greens. Interestingly, the baked crawfish almost didn't really change in color. They remained brown. Let's try them. Okay, this is very tasty. Pleasant, sweet meat. What do we have with the claws? Everything's perfect. The meat can be sucked out. The 8th way is ceviche from crawfish. Okay, so this needs to be purified crawfish meat. By the way, it is much more profitable than buying them as a whole. Pour the required amount into a bowl. Cut some red onion into thin quarter rings. Put them into the crawfish. Also chop up some fresh cilantro. Into the bowl. Cut a delicious tomato into cubes. Add that in as well. Now let's roll the lime around a little, cut it in half, and squeeze out the juice. Add a little salt and freshly ground pepper. Now all you have to do is mix it up. And you can serve it beautifully. That's it, our crawfish ceviche is ready. Let's try it. So far, this is the most delicious and interesting dish for today. A confident 10 out of 10. The 9th method is deep frying the crawfish, so let's dump them into a bowl with flour and salt. Cover it up with the lid and shake it well so that the flour sticks to each crawfish. Done. Now just dump them into a deep fryer. Now we're gonna fry them for literally 7 minutes. Deep fried crawfish are ready. But anyway, you guys are asking, why did we bread the crawfish if nobody will eat the chitin? And this is all about the smell. Thanks to the flour, the crawfish had the flavor of a straight fast food dish. Let's try the meat. Delicious. This flavor plays a big role right now. What about the claws? The meat is delicious, but it's impossible to suck it out. The chitin has become too fragile. And the final 10th way is crawfish and cream. Into a pan, we send some garlic, white wine, and our crawfish. We put this on the stove and almost completely evaporate the wine on maximum heat. After that, pour in some cream. Now you just need to add some Italian herbs, Parmesan cheese, salt, and pepper. Stir to combine the flavors. And wait until the creamy sauce thickens. At this point, all the crawfish are ready. It's a pretty simple and fast way to cook them. Let's see what happened. The creamy taste and the crawfish are just like yin and yang, 10 out of 10. Now for the claws. Totally fine here. As a result, the best way turned out to be crawfish in the Chinese popcorn machine, boiled in coconut milk with tom yum flavor, ceviche from crawfish, and crawfish and cream sauce. Let me know in the comments which product would you like to use for the 10 most unusual cooking methods. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Bye everybody!